Well, let's get started. Give me a little background on yourself, and I'm sure that a lot of people out
Okay.
there already know about you, but just give me a little background on yourself and what you're doing.
Yeah, so me and my wife, we are our day jobs. We are the creative and worship directors at a church here in Bakersfield called Resurrection Church. So we lead worship and do the graphics and all that kind of fun stuff. And I've been a musician playing in bands since 2005, I think, and been in a few different bands. The last 5 years, I've been playing guitar with Kutless, and that's been a blast. And but I've done a bunch of different projects, mostly with other bands, but it was felt like it was time to do my own thing and just kind of write music for where I'm at and in the style that I love. And it's a passion project for sure. It's literally like this is the kind of music I like and what I want to write, and didn't have any restrictions, or it's all independent. So I just went for it. It's been really fun. So yeah, I do a lot of music and a lot of art and all that stuff. So
So, are you is Cutlass isn't done though, right?
no. We're working on a new album right now.
Okay, that's what I
And
thought.
yeah, a it's a rock album for sure. Some of the demos and stuff, it's actually heavier than even the first album. So it's definitely putting the foot on the gas, which would be fun.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
What sort of music do you listen to, and who's your favorite artist? If you were to
For
have to
work,
pick one.
for worship.
No. Music
Oh,
wise, period.
music wise.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, that's a tough question. I'm going to give you a few answers because I don't know if I can actually. But I love Social Distortion.
Okay.
Mike Ness was sort of my first. When I started playing guitar, I really liked how he was able to kind of meld the country rockabilly thing in with the punk rock stuff. So I really like them. Ramones, of course. Johnny Ramone was an inspiration for me when I started playing guitar. I started playing guitar down around my knees right off the bat. So I've never, it was all, I saw Johnny doing that. And so that's how I learned to play guitar in the power stance. And so Ramones, and then Face to Face probably is probably another band I really love. They're Southern California kind of pop. I don't know if you call them pop punk, but yeah. But Johnny Cash, Neil Young, all that kind of stuff.
Okay. All right.
That doesn't narrow it down much, but
Who are you? Who would you be listening to? Like, who were you listening to today?
today, selfishly, I was listening to my own music because I'm working on new stuff already. So, but that doesn't count. What did I listen to this morning?
Let's put it this way: what was the last thing you listened to?
I think it was Bruce Hornsby.
Really?
I really like Bruce Hornsby. He actually put out a new song the same day I put out my album.
Oh,
And
wow.
I know it's sort of a curveball. I love whatever that genre is of like Bruce Hornsby, and I guess he's kind of a singer-songwriter, but it's sort of in that. I don't know. I just love him. I love his songs. The
Cool.
pianos. Yeah.
Now, a lot of people, they can either answer this very quick or it's a dead answer immediately.
Uh-huh.
What is your favorite superhero?
Ooh. Okay. It's complicated, but Thor, I think. Obviously love Thor. I have hammers and action figures all over my house. But I love all of it, man. Honestly, Batman is a classic. Growing up, was obsessed with Batman, Hulk. But maybe if I had to pick one, I'd probably go with Thor, I'd say.
Okay. All right. So why do you like him?
Why do I like him?
Yeah.
I like I like superheroes that have sort of a internal conflict. I think that I can relate to them the most, like Batman. And so Thor, specifically the more kind of Marvel representation in the movies, like the early ones, like the first movie.
Right.
I love his just sort of arrogance and just kind of looking for a fight, and then having to learn how to sort of be responsible and take accountability for his actions and realize that he has people to lead. And so he has to kind of find his way and learn how to be a king when he's really not,
Right.
you know?
Right.
I always thought it was really cool, especially in the first movie. I love that adaptation.
Okay. If you had to choose one movie or TV series to watch, what would it be?
I think it's The Office. I can watch The Office. Doesn't matter what season, what episode. I could just put it on, and
I'm the same way.
I love The Office.
I'm a big Office fan. Parks and Rec.
Or Boy Meets World.
Oh, okay. All right.
I
like that too. That's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you? This is probably, I don't even know why I would even be asking you this. Would you consider yourself a religious or spiritual person? And how does that affect your life and your work?
I would consider, I know that the word religion or religious is kind of taken on a negative connotation. But I'm a Christian, Christ follower, all kinds of names. Basically just means you're a Christ follower. So whatever you want to call it. But it pretty much, that being saved and born again and having a new life will affect literally everything you do. So trying best as I can to do things through a gospel lens, whatever it is. I mean, if I'm going to go to the grocery store and talk to someone, I try to exemplify Christ the best way I can. I fail more often than not, but I think when you're a Christian, that kind of is who you are. That's what you do. So, yeah.
How have you been spending your COVID-19 days?
Right here. This is my little makeshift studio. You can kind of see guitars and stuff. It was cool because even though obviously I'd rather not have a lockdown, I was able to kind of settle in and finish my album. And some of the stuff, like the last song on the album was actually written during the lockdown in March, April. I actually had another song done, ready to go on the album, and I took it off so I could write this new one, because the philosophy of the album is I've been writing one song at a time depending on where I'm at or what I'm going through. So I thought, man, this is a pretty unique situation. I need to write a song about it, could process it that way. So in that aspect, the song Hope that kind of came out of it is one of my favorite songs, if not my favorite song on the album. So yeah.
Excellent. All right. So you've got a new album.
I do.
What kind of go through that, and what does it mean to you, and how did it come about, I guess?
Yeah. So like I said, I've been in and out of bands pretty much, since I was a teenager. And I've done some different stuff, and I kind of, in this weird course of events, found my way into the Christian music scene. And, I love it. It's great. But for me, there was something missing as far as what I was thinking about, or what was in my heart to kind of write about was not necessarily, I just wanted to do something that was without thinking about a certain audience or trying to, I just wanted to write whatever came out. And so literally I just decided to get my home studio set up, and I made a commitment to sit down and write whatever comes out. I'm not going to analyze it too much. I'm going to just let it be what it is. And so the first song was Politicians and Celebrities, and that was actually written in July. And because that's where I was at. I was just kind of sick of both of them, and I wanted to write a song about it. I didn't want to think about, are church people going to like it, or do I, are they going to sing it on Sunday morning? Any of that stuff. I didn't care about any of that. I just wanted, this is what I'm processing now, and this is what I want to write about. So the song or the album came about that way, where I would write a song and record it and release it every month. I did that for the first 6 months, and then took a break to kind of finish the album and release it as a whole. But I'd say the album, the title is I'm a Wreck. That's the opening song. And it sort of just kind of encapsulates the trying to live in a fallen world that we live in. It's a rough place, but yet also being a citizen of heaven, which is pretty much the exact opposite of what we do here. is how heaven operates. You know, they talk, it's an upside down kingdom. So that whole juxtaposition and all the conflict that comes with that. Like I want to be, you know, example of Christ, but at the same time, sometimes I want to punch people. So it's kind of that, all of it, you know, just being honest about it. And then in the midst of it, you know, holding on to hope and faith and those good things.
Right. Yeah. I asked you this spur of the moment.
Yes.
But so are you prepared? Would you want to play a song?
I can play a song.
All right.
I don't know how it'll translate over Zoom, but I'll give it a shot.
Right. And what is it? And what is it about?
Okay. So this song is called Permanence, and I actually wrote it September. My father-in-law passed away fairly suddenly, and my dad passed away 9 years ago this month. So it was around the same time of year. And so I was kind of like, man, I'm doing this again. And just it was not good. It was not fun. But in that, you know, you kind of, it's hard to see, and sometimes you don't see what the purpose of things are, you know, and we're always looking for something permanent, and more you see that things, they just don't last, you know? And so, except for, you know, no matter what has happened and no matter how angry I get at God or whatever, you know, good times, bad times, it's still the road. It talks about how every road kind of leads me back to Him. And that's just a realization of like, yeah, stuff happens, but it doesn't really change who He is, you know?
Right.
We live in a fallen world. Stuff happens.
Yeah.
I think there's a bumper sticker that says something like that.
Right.
So, but yeah,
so
this is called Permanence. Yeah, we'll give it a go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And I put this ink in my skin, so I don't forget where I've been. Write down these words in my head, so I don't forget what you said. And every time I see a setting sun, I know I made it through another one. And every day we get another page, another mark to make, another scar that fades. I've been down every road that I could wander. I've come out from every rock that I've been under. I've been searching for a permanent solution. Every step has always led me right back here, and I can't see what's at the end. I guess I'll just take the next step. We don't pick where we begin, but what we do with the time we have left. And every time I say another prayer, I must admit at times it feels like you're not there. I'm spending so much time in yesterday, missing the blessings of another day. Up and down every road that I could wander. I've come out from every rock that I've been under. I've been searching for a permanent solution. Every step has always led me right back here to you. Up and down every road that I could wander. I've come out from every rock that I've been under. I've been searching for a permanent solution. Every step is always led me. Up and down every road that I could wander. I've come out from every rock that I've been under. I've been searching for a permanent solution. Every step has always led me right back here to you.
Right.
There we go.
Thanks, man. Thank you very much. Is there anything you'd like to say in closing?
Oh, freezing up a bit. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, cool. Good.
All right.
Awesome.
Anything that you want to say in closing?
Well, yeah, my album's available. NateParrish.com. I have physical CDs, so if you order them from me, you get a CD and all the artwork, and there's a sticker and a button in there, which is cool. And I kind of wanted to recapture that magic of when you get a CD and you read the liner notes and there's artwork and stuff in there. And so every song has its own like icon and stuff. So that was always really fun for me when I got a CD from a band. I like to read look at the pictures and stuff. So yeah, but CD's out. Hope you guys like it. This is
a ridiculous question probably as well. You got any plans to tour?
I mean,
if this ever ends.
If Earth stops being on fire, yeah. I don't know about touring. We'll see. I know that Kutless will obviously pick back up, but I'd like to. Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be cool. I've never really done a tour or anything as a solo artist. It's always been with bands and things like that. So that would be super fun. So yeah, if you're out there, just book me and I'll sing with a face mask on or something.
Right on. All right. Well, hey, listen, thank you very much. And it went pretty well. There was a little static here and there, but
yeah, it's weird.
Right?
I don't know. I think the internet actually at my office, the earthquake knocked something down on the roof, and so it seems like it's kind of a Bakersfield thing right now. So
there was an earthquake.
You cut out like once or twice, but it seems pretty okay. So
there was an earthquake yesterday, wasn't there? There was an earthquake yesterday?
Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Did you, so you can feel it?
Yeah, it was a short one. It felt like someone just kind of kicked the wall, you know, knocked some of my action figures over. Dang it. But
what kind of action figures do you collect? What kind of action figures do you collect?
Mostly Masters of the Universe.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I love it. And a lot of Marvel, DC, some Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. Probably too much. I'm having a son in a couple weeks, so he'll have some fun stuff to play with.
Excellent. All right. Well, hey, thank you very much. And